Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new, thank you for being here. Today we are going to just kind of chat about my yard. We moved into this house, this will be 3 years, so 3 years ago, and nobody had been in the house for a couple of years, so the yard needed a little bit of help. It needs some revamping. So when we moved in, the first year we didn't do anything. I mean, we cleaned it up a little bit, but then the next year we tilled everything up, took out all of the grass, what was left, and we laid scrap sod in the front half, and then in the back half and into our orchard we put gravel. So regret that. I wish I would have never put the gravel back there, but it's just what we could do at the time and what we thought would work best. So now we've changed our minds, and it's easier to take care of grass than it is to keep weeds out of gravel without spraying them with a ton of chemicals. So we decided that this year we saved up a budget for the yard, and so our goals were to put in a sprinkler system, take the gravel out and put grass back in the back, reseed where we put grass in the first place, and then do a couple of little things like make a pathway to the fire pit, and prune the trees in the orchard. So today is April something, let me see, 20 something, I don't know. This Saturday's the 30th, so whatever day that makes today. Today is Tuesday, and tomorrow, Wednesday, our sprinkler system is getting started. Yesterday was day 1 of the sprinkler system. Ended up being about a week later than we hoped for, but that's okay. So we've got just all of his stuff here that he dropped off yesterday, and he dug a trench right here on the side of the garage. So this, if I remember correctly, is where like the boxes, the big boxes will go that control everything, and then inside of the garage will be where we can turn things on and off if we need to. So should be coming back today with a helper to get a little bit more done. Hopefully this lawn will start looking good here soon. So that's going to happen tomorrow, and he said by the end of the week trenches should be dug, and hopefully by the end of next week sprinkler system will be done. So before we can get the sprinkler system done, we had a few things we wanted to do, and I'll insert some footage of the things that we've done. So the first thing that we did was get our trees pruned. So we have 11 fruit trees, 1 in the front and then 10 back kind of in our orchard. And so we had somebody come and look at them. And like I said before, there was nobody living in this house for a couple of years before we moved in. So the trees had not been touched. And since we've been here, we had not pruned them or anything. We've kind of had bigger fish to fry, like getting the house done. So we had somebody come out and look at them, and they told us that 3 trees were diseased, and with their professional advice needed to be cut down and taken out. But so we took out 4 trees, and then they pruned all of the rest of our trees. So the orchard is pruned and looks very bare now that there's only 6 trees back there. So after we got the trees pruned, we wanted to put our fire pit is in the middle of the orchard in between all of the trees. So we wanted to put a gravel pathway to the fire pit. So we kind of dug out a pathway and filled it with gravel, did a circle around the fire pit before we do the sprinkler system. Just so that it would be ready. And then we borrowed my dad's skid loader, and we took out as much gravel as possible. So with the gravel situation, looking back, hindsight's 2020, I would not put the gravel back there to begin with. I think we Like in the time we thought it was a good idea because our yard is really, really big. So it's less lawn to mow and to take care of. However, it's a big area full of gravel, and so it would cost a ton of money to put landscape fabric down everywhere underneath the gravel. And so we didn't. We just laid the gravel. And the problems that came with that are weeds that come up. There are tons of weeds that come up. And I have a hard time spraying just weed kill into the ground. I just don't really love it. So we decided that we were going to take the gravel out and put grass back there. Then the only other thing that we did before the sprinkler system is where a gate opens, put some landscape fabric down and put the gravel in there. And then we also decided to build Goldie a sandbox before we got the sprinkler system in so that it wouldn't be in the way of anything. And I'll put a little bit of footage in of that as well. Pretty simple, just 4 sides with 2 seats. So she really likes it, which is good because it was a little bit of work. We are really excited to get it done. So me especially, I'm really excited to get the sprinkler system in because it's going to make my life a lot easier. Those of you that don't have a sprinkler system and haul hoses around a large yard understand. I mean, it's not fun. Hopefully in a couple of weeks, probably more like a couple of months, it will look good and how I want it to. And we'll be able to have fun outdoor parties again and enjoy being outside. It does take time. Like I said, we've been here for 3 years. It's not like we haven't wanted to have a nice yard. It's just that, you know, you have a list of priorities, and so you can only tackle so many things in 1 year. Years go by fast. So this year is our outdoor year. Hopefully by the end of the summer, we'll feel good about where we're at. And as hard as it is to put all the money into it this year and not really see full results, I know that next year we are going to be super happy with how the yard looks, and it'll be where we want it to be. So anyways, if you guys have any questions about what we're doing or who we use for certain things, if you're local, I can send you all of the contact information. But yeah.